So what's going on then, people? This is Lex from the Pro Wrestling Reviewer. I'm basically going to talk through TNA today. I know, yeah, it was on last night in England, on Thursday night, I think, in America. And yeah, start off with Bobby Lashley coming to the ring with his title, saying that he's the most dominant man and all this. So then we were followed by DJZ, Gail Kim, Matt Hardy and Aaron Rex, all with their titles respectively. And what was interesting was a good chance to see everybody in the ring as champions, as you don't really get to see that very often anymore. It was good to see, really. Then we find out that they've all got to defend their titles. So, yeah, good. So, yeah, it'll start off with Trevor Lee, Andrew Abitz and Marshim versus Team X Gold, which was a fairly decent match. A lot of high flying, a lot of kicks going around. And then Team X Gold wins with Majors picks up the win. It was a really good match. It breathed very well. 15 minutes, I think the match lasted, there or thereabout. So yeah, really good match, and it was really nice to see a lot of high flyers jumping about. And then we cut into a lot of promos together, which for me doesn't always work out well. Like, it was good to see everybody had a chance to talk and stuff, but at the same time, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 promos in a row. Like, is that really needed? But yeah, let's start off with that. We have Bobby Lashley's promo with potential opponents. First off, one is Moose. Moose gave a really good promo though. It was very good. For me, he's the one now going after the title as far as I'm concerned. After this whole Bobby Lashley, Eddie Edwards stuff ends, I'd like to see Moose go after it. Then we cut to Eli Drake promo with EC3. Yet again, really funny promo. Eli Drake really went in on this one, and I thought for the promo wise, he stole the show. EC3 wasn't great, very moody and grumpy, but yet again, really good promo. Then we cut to a women's promo with Maria and Ali with Sienna, and I like where this story is going, but at the same time I thought like they could have done a bit more with what they had. Sienna then saying that she's going to get the women's title back and stuff like that, which I thought was a bit, why is Sienna going after the title? Maria should be, really. Maria's definitely the dominant one out of that trio there. Nice to see where it goes though with Ali, see what happens. Then we cut to an Eddie Edwards promo for Bobby Lashley, which was very good again. And for me, I would have gone with Moose, but Eddie Edwards though, very good at the same time. And then it was off to Gail Kim's Hall of Fame moment from last night. And yeah, again, that was really good, but at the same time, they could have put that at the start or the end of the show. It didn't need to be there. It felt like a long time without wrestling. I think it was half an hour in before we got to the second match, which was a bit, you know, not great. But at the same time, Gail Kim's Gail Kim, and it was really good to see her Hall of Fame moment. So we cut to the next match where we have Sienna with Ali versus Gail Kim for the TNA Knockouts Championship, which was a really good match yet again. Gail Kim wins via roll-up pin. And then obviously Maria, Laura and Sienna attacks Kim after the match, which, like, for me, yet again, wasn't needed. It didn't bring anything to it. Like, the match was really good. Didn't need that at the end. Everybody knows Maria wants the title back, so there was no need. And then obviously the crowds are chanting Ali. They want her to turn on Maria, which, you know, will come in time, but yeah, again, no need for that after the match from what was a really good match. Then we cut off to an EC3 promo for Bobby, where he's talking around saying, like, if you actually want a proper fight, then come fight me. It was a bit stupid after he lost last night. It was just like, Bobby doesn't need to fight you again. What's the point of fighting someone he just beat last night? Well, at Bound for Glory, just beat at Bound for Glory, so there was no actual need for that at the end of the day, really. So at the same time though, EC3 is great, so there. Then we turn to the first ever Wolf Creek cage match for the tag team titles between the Hardys and Decay, and it was a bit like, for me, it reminded me a lot of the Ambrose Asylum, which, if anybody watched, was not a great match. Like, the highlight was Jericho getting thrown into the tax, and still that didn't bring anything. It was a boring match. For this was a bit different. Obviously, it's the six-sided cage. The weapons are actually in the cage, instead you have to, instead of climbing on top to get them out, they're there in the cage ready. But it was a bit like, with four of them in there with all the weapons, it seemed a very crowded place. It was a half decent match, to be fair. Hardy's always put on a great match. Decay's entrance looked amazing, so that sort of counteracts how bad the match was. But not a great match, really. It was too full, too much stuff going on. And then Jeff's trying to climb to the top, and Rosemary sprays whatever it was into his face, and then like Matt Hardy's girlfriend, I think, I'm unsure of what her name is, then attacks, and then you have the steel cage door slammed on. Hardy's pick up the win, still champions. But at the same time, it just felt like a mess of a match, really. It could have been done a lot better. And then we cut straight off to Cody and Brandy Rhodes coming to the ring and start cutting a promo, which I felt was a really good promo. I'm really happy Brandy's getting some time in the ring. Like, I feel like WWE should have took advantage of that and put her into NXT. But yeah, the promo, Mike Bennett comes out with Maria, interrupts, saying like, yeah, you can't just say you're having a title shot. You got to come here and you got to earn it. You can't just walk through the door, which is fair enough. So then, obviously, it leads further into them. It's going to be Mike Bennett versus Cody. Cody comes back out saying that I want my first match, not a title match. I want it against Mike the Miracle Bennett, which will be a very good match, as we all know. We also have a promo of Maria wanting to see Billy Corgan, saying that she wants the match, and like his bodyguard bloke with the baller hat saying that yeah, he's too busy for you right now. He doesn't like the way you're portraying yourself as the Knockout's leading woman. Should be doing a lot better for yourself. But gives her the match as a no disqualification match. So yet again, Maria versus Gail Kim in a no DQ match will be amazing. So nothing there. That's going to be a really good match. And then we have Aaron Rex versus Byron Dates for the brand title. Aaron Rex wins after 2 rounds via submission for the Grand Championship, and it's just like, yeah, again, really good match. I don't really see Aaron Rex as a dominant champion. It's like, I know he's come over from WWE and he had all this fan support behind him, so they've literally just made a belt and put it on him. But where does he go from here? And like, for me, there's nowhere really much he can go. Obviously, he's going to keep on feuding, probably with Baron Dates over this title. It looks like he's going after Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley might come after him now. So, yeah, again, that'll be quite good, but I can't see him as a dominant champion, as what will be their second highest championship in that company. So, really, I feel like he could... Probably for me, he needs to go here, get a bit of attitude about him, get a bit more heavier moveset, and then maybe he could be the dominant champion that TNA obviously think he's going to be. So we'll see what happens there. And then Bobby Lashley comes to the ring after that match, and it's time to meet the 3 people who Bobby Lashley gets to pick in between. So you've got Moose, Eddie Edwards and EC3 standing there at the top of the ramp, and Bobby Lashley's sort of making fun of them. He's like, why do I need to fight any of you? I'm better than you all. Which I really like. I've loved Bobby Lashley since he was back in WWE, always wish he stayed. But I think his work in TNA is amazing at the same time. So, but yeah, again, it was just sort of like he was trying to pick the easiest fight. So yeah, by the time he picked Eddie Edwards, it was just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, whichever one's easy is for me, or whatever he said. It was not really great the way they went about it. The way they were building it up the whole show was just like, yeah, this could be anyone, and anyone's like a proper contender for his title. But then at the same time, he's just making... the fact that he lost this match seems to me like you lost a match to someone who you said so easy to beat, just didn't make him look as strong as he is. So hopefully, obviously, he'll get his rematch. Hopefully he gets the title back, and then Eddie Edwards can beat him again and more properly. like beating with the busting knee party while he was waiting to spear him. Like obviously he was there knocked out, standing there ready to spear, goes over, busting knee party down, 1, 2, 3. Eddie Edwards is the new champion, which is really good to see. Obviously, it's nice that Bobby can be beat, and he's going to keep coming back. I hope obviously he gets the title back, then loses the feud to Eddie, and then goes after Aaron Rex and the brand title. I think he will bring a lot of credibility to that title. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened in TNA this week, and it was a really good show, to be fair. Very good show after Bound for Glory. I didn't feel like every title needed to be on the line, because what, the 4 matches the whole show, half the show I felt like was promos, so it didn't really like have as much wrestling as I would have liked to see. But at the same time, the wrestling that was there was really good wrestling. Everyone put on a show. Even in the Wolf Creek cage match, how crowded it was, they still put on a really good show. So there's no real down points to TNA this week, other than the fact that the promos were just way too long. So other than that, it was really, really good, and hopefully tune in next time and, you know, start to see the stories develop, and we'll see what happens. Also in wrestling news this week, we've seen that TNA's video library is probably getting sold to WWE, so for a wrestling fan that's amazing. Like, I can just go onto the network, hopefully, and watch all the old TNA library, like catch early AJ Styles fights, Samoa Joe. So, you know, I wasn't watching TNA when it was first about. I only caught on to it a few years back when Kurt Angle was there. And obviously the Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe cage match will be on the network, fingers crossed, so buzzing. Paid the $9.99 just for that. And from rumours I keep hearing from the Wrestling Observer is that Ring of Honor are on about cutting a deal with WWE also to be on the network, so even better. So hopefully we'll see what happens with all of this. Fingers crossed we will see like a massive amount of independent wrestling on the WWE network. Hopefully cut deals with New Japan Pro Wrestling, hopefully cut deals with the smaller companies around America that have really good wrestling all the time, and fingers crossed we'll see a lot more wrestling on the WWE network. So that's pretty much it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe below. You can follow me on Twitter at PWReviewer. Please leave your feedback. If there's any questions you'd like answered on the show next week, just let me know. Thank you very much.